Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm going to be looking at how we can patch suckless software. So obviously we're using DWM and also ST within my virtual machine for the stream, or for the videos. And patches are how you can tailor these pieces of software to your personal tastes. Now, Suckless gives some good information on the hacking page about how to apply these patches. It's actually pretty easy. I really had trouble figuring out how to do this the first time I tried, but there's really not that much to it. This is all you do. Let me make this a little bigger. And some other people have some nice videos on this, but today I just wanted to apply a couple patches. Probably the first one I'll do is the one for ST itself. You may have noticed when I'm in ST, I can't actually scroll. So the mouse wheel doesn't do anything, and shift page up also doesn't do anything. Well, it does something bad. It inserts the like 2 tilde. So I'm going to apply this scrollback patch so that I can actually scroll my terminal. So I don't have to pipe everything into less all the time. You can apply some additional patches, but I haven't done this before, so... Well, we may try to go all the way today, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into our configs, go into ST. What I usually like to do is make a patches directory. And I just copy this. I'll go into the patches, actually. I'll curl -o this patch. Okay, so just to take a quick look at this, this is a file produced by the diff program. So somebody took their build of ST, made all these changes, and then diffed it from the original. And that's what we have here. So since we have their diff, we can use the patch program to apply this diff to our original files, and that will bring ours into alignment with theirs. Now sometimes you run into conflicts where that patch can't resolve on its own. You may have run into something similar in Git, where you have to manually merge the files together. Something that helps a lot with that is actually Emacs. So if we open, and you can see I was looking this up before the video, but if we open that diff, let's use Tremax since I just set that up. ST patches, you'll see Emacs has this diff mode. And we can actually scroll down to each of these hunks and apply them one by one. I'm going to try to use the patch program directly for this, but if we run into any trouble, we'll probably drop back to Emacs. Okay, so this is just what patches look like. I seem to have lost the VM again. I'll just give it a second. I think Firefox is using a lot of memory. Are we back? Okay. There we go. So this is what patches look like. And if everything goes well, you really just type this. So I'll go back up to this directory. I'm going to do patch-p1 patches/st scrollback diff. One failed. Alright, so now that one of our patches failed, one of the hunks failed, we just need to take a look at st.c.reg for reject, and we'll see that the scroll up, scroll down thing had some trouble. So let's actually look at this in Emacs. Let's go down to this, let's look for that. Scroll up, scroll down. So, let's do Control-H-B to see the available bindings. And I'll just collapse a bunch of these. Diff mode. Diff apply hunk is supposed to be Control-C, Control-A. We're going to apply this to ST. Yeah, there we go. No. Is that not the one? Which one failed? The T scroll up. Let's look at T scroll up. So for some reason this hunt failed. Let's see what happened. Can't find the text to patch. Oh god. Alright, forget Emacs. So basically what we want to find is actually where this happened. So a nice thing to do is to open both files at the same time. So it failed to, so we can use vi-o. We'll open these in a vertical split. So we're going to open st.c.reg and also st.c. And we see under t reset, it was expecting to find t scroll up and t scroll down. It certainly looks to me like those were there. But for whatever reason, it couldn't find it. Oh, I guess because it's a few lines farther down. This is 191 through... Oh, no, 191. Yeah, I'm not sure why it couldn't find it, but all we need to do is just apply this change manually, and we should be good to go. So now if I do sudo make clean install, and I do this, I still can't scroll. Great. I think you actually... Ah, yes, of course. So I think I have mentioned this before, but these patches modify config def. So you actually have to make the changes in your config.h. Which is actually a nice thing. You don't want it really overriding your config.h directly. So let's just take a quick look at this and see what it does change in config def. So we just need to add these two lines to our config.h under the keys section. Mouse shortcuts. This just goes right here. Make sure you get rid of the plus signs. Sudo make clean install. How about now? There we go. Now you can see that we can scroll with mod, page up, and page down. So if we do want to keep going with this, we can just apply this one on top of that. Let's try this one. Copy link. Let's hop back into patches. And let's see how this goes. Patch. Hunt number 1 succeeded. Oh! Okay. I'm pretty sure all that this one is going to do is add a mouse binding for this. What's going on? Okay. So this is supposedly going to let us scroll with shift mouse wheel. I think the one below that will let you do only the mouse wheel. But I don't know. That seems a little crazy. Alright, so now we're just going to put this under here. H. I think this goes... I don't think it really matters where it goes. We'll put it right here. I may have messed that one up. It's supposed to go under... Oh, mouse shortcut, of course. I did mess that one up. There we go. There we go. So now I can scroll with the mouse. While I'm holding shift. So if there is one more patch when not in mode alt screen. Alright, we'll go all the way. Let's grab one more patch. Mouse alt screen. Alright. Patch. Scroll back. Mouse alt screen. So that looks like it all succeeded. Alright, this time I will actually look at it. Mouse alt screen. This time in config def. Can you scroll up? XK any mod. Wow. Alright. Config.h. I believe we replaced this now. Let's see if this works. Wow, it does work. That's pretty exciting. I've actually never done that before. I was always afraid it would not work. It doesn't quite work. It seems like... Is it changing the font size? Well, anyway. Alright, so we've just successfully patched mouse scrollback into ST. Now we're ready to move on to DWM. While I wait for the VM, of course. So the patches I want to apply to DWM, first of all, is the systray patch, which is going to give us a systray at the right side of our bar up here. And on my main machine, I use that for things like nm applet. Here, let me show you actually. I use this for nm applet, which I can click and it'll show me network information. It's really helpful for like connecting to Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And I also use it for my sound device. So you can see this is my pulse audio, like my speakers, my microphones and stuff. OBS also sits up there when I'm recording. What I'm probably going to use it for in here is screenkey. So screenkey will probably be the only thing in my systray in this case, but it's still nice to have for that because it lets me really easily adjust the systray, the screenkey settings while it's running. So I'll do the same kind of thing here. I'm going to make a directory called patches. Okay, I think we're all done with ST. Probably not going to use Emacs for this anymore. And the other thing I kind of want to set up is swallowing. So I did have an example for this prepared that I guess I closed. But if we go into packages, Emacs, let's see. Star.png. So basically I'm just looking for images. Now I can scroll. Let's grab this one. SXIV. So right before the recording this video, I did install SXIV, which is the simple X image viewer. And you can see here when we open a graphical application from our terminal, it opens a new window. And oftentimes that is what you want, but sometimes it's not. And in those cases, you might want to do what's called swallowing. So if we want to allow our terminals to swallow windows that they spawn, we need to apply this DWM swallow patch. So I'll go ahead, let's do the systray one first, because then I can turn on screenkey for the rest of this. I just want to copy the link. Now let's try to patch this thing. Patch. Alright. Let's take a quick look at that diff. Patches, DWM. See what it actually changed in our config def. Config def. And I'll go ahead and split this with our actual config. So, under top bar, we're going to want to add all of this. Top bar. I was supposed to take out top bar. Ah, okay. I don't want to duplicate this. Top bar. Is there another snap? Okay. Take out snap. Okay. Snap, show bar, top bar. Snap, show bar, top bar. So now we've got all that systray stuff set up. And then, what is this? I'm not sure about this part. Keys. Click tag bar. Yeah, I think we don't want that actually. I don't think that has anything to do with us. Okay, so let's go and save that. Yeah, let me just. All right, let's just rebuild this. I'm trying to remember how to leave the monocle layout. Oh. Okay. What's going on? Well, I either broke DWM or we're frozen for a second. Okay, we were just frozen for a second. Okay, excellent. Okay, now let me try opening screenkey and let's see if it worked. Okay, screenkey. Maybe we do need this other part. Well, screenkey is running, but okay, so we do need this part. Fair enough. Click LT symbol. Okay, so we'll just replace this. Okay, now let's try running. Okay. Ah, maybe this is what's causing me trouble, is actually restarting DWM. That would kind of make sense. Okay, there we go. Let's try running screenkey again. I still don't see an icon up here. Different font size. Alright, I'm going to pause the recording for a second and see if I can figure this out. Well, I tried rebooting virtual machine, and that was not the problem. What I ended up doing was installing in-app-applet, and this looks like yet another issue with screenkey. Because if I run in-app-applet, you'll see this pops up right here, working as intended. Let me go ahead and BG disown. Perfect. Now if I run screenkey, you'll see it pops right up. So there's something going wrong with screenkey running by itself. So, alright, anyway. Yeah, this is perfect. Now what I wanted to pull up these preferences. And we can actually set this up so that it isn't quite so intrusive. My VM's frozen. Okay, so the systray patch worked quite well. No problem with that. It was just there's some kind of problem going on with screenkey. It can't really be alone up there in the bar for some reason. Okay, so I'll go ahead and run picom. And now if I show preferences, let's go small. Slop is required. Okay. So it's a little smaller. Hopefully it's going to be transparent as well. Okay, so we got the systray patch. The other thing I wanted to do was the Alright, we got systray, we got scrollback, DWM. The other one was the swallowing patch, yes. Let's pop over here. And we're going to grab this swallowing patch. Alright, hunk 1 failed. Hunk 8 failed. Yeah, this is actually a good reason that we did apply multiple patches, is that sometimes if the patches affect the same areas of the file, applying one patch makes it more likely that some additional patches are going to fail. So let's go ahead and take a look at hunk number 1 that failed. So that's in config.def.h. So let's go ahead and we're going to do oh, is picom actually running? Okay, so picom maybe doesn't work in the VM. Wow. Okay. Well, we don't need screenkey very much today anyway. So vi-o config def.h and config def.h.reg. Let's see what got rejected. In snap. Okay, we just need to add this line. 1 means swallow floating windows by default. Okay. So that should take care of that one. What other failed? This one failed in dwm.c. So we'll do something similar. vi-o dwm.c. So this happened under win to client, else if, nope, we're looking for if c, inside destroy notify. If, so is this around 720? Yeah. Okay, so we'll look for this. Ah, yes, exactly. So the systray patch added this, c equals win to systray icon. We just need to add this. Okay, that one should be good. Right, quit all. And then I think one more hunk failed. No, I think that's it actually. Okay, so let me look at that patch again. Swallow. And see what actually got changed in our config def. So we do need to add this under snap. So we got swallow floating, and then we have to update this big rules array. Because we added a bunch more parts to the rules. Class, okay. Now, I know that this is not the right class name. And I used to think it was just a mistake inside of this file, but I think they do this so that none of these rules actually have effect by default. I think they're just here as examples. So to get the name of these windows, we can use this xprop command. So let me open another terminal, and I'll go ahead and run xprop, and if I click on this, I'll see that the actual class name is st256color. So if I hop back into here, we actually are going to want to set this up. So I guess I didn't copy it. st. So now that is actually going to register st as a terminal, and that's going to let it swallow things after we recompile DWM one more time. There we go. So let me line all this stuff back up real quick. I have to actually move the other parts. Okay. Make clean install. And I'll go and close Firefox. And let's restart DWM. Packages, Emacs, SXIV, Etsy, Splash. Oh, images, Splash, PNG. And now you can see that it swallowed it. Okay, I think that was all I had planned for today. Today we applied a bunch of patches to our suckless software. You can see we can now scroll in ST with just our mouse, which is great. And we can also swallow windows in DWM, and we can also run programs that occupy the systray. So hopefully you guys will get some use out of this, and I will see you all next time.